She says, a few years ago, over 3 years, I had some interest from an agent to represent me. At that time, she asked to see a dummy. I told her it wasn't ready yet, but would get back to her when it was. Only I never did. She seemed really keen at the time to represent me. Honestly, I don't think I had the right mindset or work ethic to follow through properly, but I do now. I've made it a goal of mine this year to get my work out there and find an agent. My question is, should I reach back out to that agent? And if I do, should I reference our interaction from before? Or should I not say anything, as I feel like my prior interaction may have shown me in a poor light professionally? Or maybe I'm reading too much into this whole thing. Please help. I feel like I'm talking myself in circles, trying to decide what to do. Thanks, Julia. What do you guys think? Bring it up, ignore it, go back to the same agent, find a new agent. She's got a few options here.
Well, paraphrase this problem again. So the agent wanted to see it. She wasn't ready, and then she never submitted it. And her question is, does she submit it now?
Yeah, and that was 3 years ago. So,
hey, here's that manuscript you heard.
You know,
just pretend like it's totally normal. That's
I would. I mean, I would. The worst that can happen is nothing. That's already happening because it's not submitted. Right?
I mean, the good thing is, maybe this version of the manuscript is the right one, like she's saying. And then that's how you approach the agent, saying, hey, I thought I was ready back then and met you at blank, blank, blank. But this manuscript has gone through, a couple of revisions, and it wasn't ready to send when we originally talked. But I think it is now. Yeah. How about taking a look at it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking here, I think the killer move is this, like, to really show that you're ready to rock and roll on this is I would do, because the agent doesn't want to represent you for a book and then wait around for like the next idea and to see what's happening. An agent sort of wants to invest in your career, and they're not looking to just do a one and done sort of interaction. So what I would do is sit down. You've got that one manuscript finished. I would start working on your next manuscript and get it into a pretty good spot. So now you have two. Okay. And I know you're really wanting to like get out there and get work going. But I think to really impress this agent or any agent, you could say to them, hey, here I have two manuscripts, or I have three manuscripts. I really want to go forward with this first one, but they're going to ask you, well, what else do you have? I'm just curious, what kind of stuff you do. And that'll show that you really are serious, that you're taking this career, you're moving forward with this career. You've got, this inner motivation that doesn't need like somebody asking you for something to create things. And I would say, just show up to this agent and say, hey, like Lee said, we met before 3 years ago. I wasn't ready. I wasn't in the right mindset, but here I think I'm ready to make this happen now. I've got this manuscript. I think it's ready to go. You could look at it. And if you're interested, I also have these other two manuscripts that you could check out as well. And I feel like an agent would really take you serious despite whatever previous interactions you had before. So that's like the gold platinum version of what you want to do. The other one is just to finish your manuscript. Just say, hey, I wasn't ready before, but maybe reach out to a couple of agents, not just that agent, and just say, hey, I'm reaching out to a few agents. So then they know that there's competition here. And then see what they say. And
I think it can be a pro. I mean, I think that the thing that agents hate more than you waiting 3 years to send them something is people sending them stuff unedited, unthought out, and it's too premature. Then they just waste their time. I mean, if I got an email like this one or a submission like the one you're going to submit, I would look at it more carefully than anything else, because I think, oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you for editing it. Thank you for not sending it until it's ready.
That, and what Jake was saying, you really look more professional if you have a bunch of ideas. They want to establish a relationship with you. And the one thing that's a turnoff is to get yet another beginner who thinks it's all about the one book that they're working on and not about a body of work. That's a hard thing to, I mean, the world is full of people that have one book and that have been working on one book for years. the world is not full of people that have multiple books in the works, who understand that the way to success in this business of writing and illustrating is to have multiple. I mean, it's the same thing as bands who have multiple songs, and the band always thinks that it's a certain song that's going to be a hit, and it almost never is the song that they think it's. It's one of their B-listers that becomes really popular. And I've seen it happen. I've seen people at the American Library Association convention. I've seen editors talking to writers and been there as they're pitching. What else you got? Well, I got an idea about a book about this gopher who, does blah, blah, blah. What else you got? Well, I got an idea about these kids who, and they're just like, keep going. That's pretty cool. What else you got? And they just keep going.
I want to see how long you can go there, Will, coming up with ideas. There's a turtle. I got an idea about a turtle. And he's super
Notice
fast.
I'm not fleshing out any good ideas here. But no, then they'll say, send me the gopher one, or send me the, and if you don't have things for them to pick through, if you've got their attention, use it.
Yeah, because if this agent's, knows her stuff, she sees the entire landscape, and she's already had, lunch with 5 editors, that week. And they're all saying, man, we're really looking for rabbit stories. Do you know anybody that's a rabbit story? And you're going to show up, and maybe you've got a turtle story, a gopher story, and a rabbit story, and you're leading with your turtle story, and they're going to be like, well, what else you got? Well, I got this rabbit story. And they might say, yeah, heck yeah, I know what to do with that rabbit story. The stuff like that happens all the time, and it's all cyclical too. Rabbits are going to be in one year.
It is. And what often leads that is that some publisher has a hit with a rabbit book, and the other publishers want to chase some of that market in competing for that same thing. So, or the opposite happens, where a rabbit book is really popular, and they're like, we don't want to do rabbits. But the more that you have options, the better. So yeah.